So are you gonna introduce us or should I?
You do it. I did it last time.
Okay. Me and my friend, we talked about making a podcast for I guess over a year now because I was bored and I wanted to harass him some more and spend time with him because he doesn't go out of his way to hang out with me because he's such a bad friend.
You know what they say about oversharing? That you should. I mean, I could just take you out back and just roast you out to like the 1.5 persons who are probably ever gonna hear this. So yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Welcome.
It's okay. We love each other, but yeah. So we decided to make this podcast, and we decided to call it Rants, Rambles, and Tangents because we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah. Let's keep the profanity down to a minimum. Minimum.
Minimum.
Wow.
This is great.
This is great.
I swear we're not. I swear we're sober. We're not anything.
No, it's fine.
We're too poor to actually buy that kind of stuff.
Well, joke's on you. I'm in debt because of it. Anyways, today's episode, we're just going to be talking about random things that we enjoy in our personal lives, specifically in the anime genre. New episodes of a show we liked.
Yeah, this is the biggest, I guess, going to be a big hit this season. Chainsaw Man, adapted from the manga of the same name, animated by Studio Mappa.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say this now. That opening, I really do appreciate the effort that they put into that. Because, my God, is it good.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, just the amount of references and just passion I can tell and feel from the actual opening itself is just great. Because they got a lot of Quentin Tarantino films in it. You got maybe a couple of Evangelion references. It's just, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but you should probably watch it. Like, if I'm going to watch this show once a week, it's probably just an actual excuse just to watch the opening again.
So what about the episode itself? This is I haven't read the manga. You have.
Yeah.
So like, I found it enjoyable and interesting, but compared to the manga, how does it compare? Is it a good adaptation of the first chapter?
It's an adaptation of the first chapter. It's essentially the same thing.
Okay.
I took, well, I didn't notice any particular major differences compared to the two.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually just pretty much the same. Well, I don't know. I'm disappointed because I remember in the manga, the fight scene, sure, it wasn't as long as it was like in the first episode, but like the art style of the mangaka just looked it just had more lasting impact than it did in the anime. I gotta say, but I don't know.
Has it thing to do with like the line work? I never actually seen like a page from the manga.
Well, I feel like that's more due to the medium. It was being
Was it like the flow between panels that like was more dynamic?
I have the book actually right here.
Oh really?
Yeah. I have two. I don't know where one is. That's fine. I'll just look up the chat. Chainsaw Man. I want to find the panel.
Okay.
Zombie Devil.
I'm going to talk about the studio that's animating it. Studio Mappa is a bit of a contentious studio. They made a lot of fan favorite animes, such as Yuri on Ice, Zombieland Saga, Kakiguri, Banana Fish, and the 4th season and onwards of Attack on Titan. They have really interesting and I think unique IPs under their belt. A major problem with them though is that I'm not going to say their animation is bad because I think like a couple of moments on all their work is like outstanding, but they're notoriously bad with scheduling and delays and just treating their workers like garbage. That it kind of leads to at times sloppy production.
I feel like that's with most anime studios now. That's like an underlying problem with the agency or the industry.
To a degree, but some are much better than others. Like UFO Table is actually really good at scheduling. I don't know how they treat their workers personally, but in terms of like actually getting stuff on time, meeting deadlines, they're actually pretty consistent on that. which is usually why their shows have such a good animation, good flair.
Well, it's all about management, right?
Yeah. Mappa's just really bad at it. Probably to save money, probably because they're incompetent, and yeah.
Well, wow, just gonna really say that. Okay, well, so you being a professional, what expertise would you bring to the table to bring it up the line?
You know, I think the things that have worked in studios like Kyoto Animation, UFO Table is just don't rely on freelance artists. Have your own kind of trained staff.
But then again, that costs money, though, right? You have to remember they have a budget, and freelance artists are, well, more resources and more staff that you can just get on hand.
Sure, but
at probably a lower price.
I think in the long term, I feel like it is just more cost effective to have your own in-studio artists and not rely on the chaoticness of freelancing. Not that freelancing is inherently bad, it's just in the trends, just those with like that work with the same people, the ones with good managing schedules, they tend to produce higher quality works and their workers don't burn out.
Well, I feel like that's just talking about like I feel like that's just a Japan problem in general, but like
that's a capitalism problem. It's like but they don't want to give
but
rights.
Japan more so than usual. It's just baked into the culture. Just well, anyways, I don't know. I feel that we don't know enough about the given situation to.
I would say this like the worst animated piece of media, the artists working on that are like a million more times talented than I'll ever be. Yeah. So I'm not here to like crap on artists themselves. I'm just pointing out a trend with the ones managing the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the topic at hand. I feel like I know what the difference between the CG fight on the anime than the first chapter. It's just the art style itself. I feel like it's more raw and visceral, actually, on the paper than it is on the screen. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it's just the medium itself that's doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking you, as someone who's never seen the series, what is your actual take on the first episode?
I think it was very compelling. I thought the main character, he was very relatable. He was like, I'm broke, I'm dateless, my place is absolute filth garbage. And on a spiritual level, I can relate to that.
Jesus Christ, do you need help? I mean, yes,
but of course I do. Why do you think I'm making this podcast?
Because you're bad at life choices? You should just probably seek medical help than like shit posting on the internet.
If I was healthy, do you really think I would be posting my raw thoughts on the internet? The internet? Do you know how many people use the internet?
I mean, I guess sanity does have something to do with those. So yeah, no, you're right. You got me.
Yeah.
Other than that depressing fact, what other opinions do you have on the episode 1?
That chainsaw dog devil thing is adorable, and I want one in like every size and every plushie.
Oh, you gotta cut open Denji's chest if you want one, but other than that, yeah, no, Poochie is pretty adorbs.
Okay, does Poochie, I want to say, does Poochie as a character actually exist, or is he kind of just like...
No, he's still there.
He's still there? Can you still talk to him?
I mean, in lucid dreams, sure.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything to anyone who hasn't seen or read the series, but Poochie is a homie. Poochie is bigger than any of us know.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of their symbiotic relationship, Parasite, but like more friendly.
What do you mean? Migi is friendly.
Migi is a dick, but that's what we love about them.
I mean, are you talking about that one episode, or like what?
I think in general, Migi is at the beginning kind of very callous.
He's very analytical, and he thinks about his base innate desire, which is survival.
Yeah.
Poochie's just here for a good time.
Migi isn't necessarily the most empathetic creature. He doesn't really understand human emotions, but that's what makes him compelling. I think Poochie does, to a degree, love, even if in a weird devil kind of way.
Yeah.
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 He is capable.
Denji's a homie. Denji's a dog. That's why people love him. People love dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that one father in Full Metal Alchemist.
Samuel, we don't talk about that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So that's it. What do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, I don't
in any
know. Pink hair girl with horns.
Makima?
Does she have horns?
Oh,
I think she had
no,
horns.
she
No?
did not have horns.
Oh,
You were
I
in
was thinking
fact
of-
seeing things.
I just saw someone in the opening had horns.
Power
Okay.
is cool. Power is a
Okay.
good time.
So, girl, pink hair. She's a part of the. Was it
The
like
Devil Hunters Association.
Devil Hunter? It was
Yeah.
like for the public, like keeping the public safe. She said something like that.
Well, they try, but they don't do a good job at it. So,
Don't spoil that for me.
well, it's just a lot of people are gonna die in this series, and it's just a
Oh,
matter of fact
no.
we're gonna have to get over it.
Like Attack on Titan, am I gonna have to see fan favorite characters die before my eyes? This is
Probably.
made about the same studio.
Yeah, at some point, probably.
Oh.
We already saw Poochie and Denji die. What do you expect?
Fuji didn't die. He lives on in his heart, literally.
No, he is his heart.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And it's probably his left nut and his eye, but like, let's not think about that too hard.
I don't think.
Oh yeah, his kidney too.
Okay. I don't think he became those things. I think he really stem cells that grew new ones.
You trying to bring a science into a fictional universe where
I just don't really.
he has a fucking chainsaw literally extrude from his arms and his forehead, dude. Then we just saw that
I
stuff.
just don't want.
with,
I just want to think about the idea of this little cute doggy becoming some man's semen.
well, no one told you to think about that.
You
but
just
like,
told me he became his left nut.
well, I
So I'm
didn't.
gonna-
I said his because he grew back his left.
He
nut. I
grew,
didn't-
I'm trying to come up with an explanation that I'm comfortable with.
Semen is what you're comfortable with.
No, I'm comfortable with stem cells that can grow into new organs. That's what I'm saying.
It's
So that
whatever.
it's not
It's-
necessarily intrinsically linked to the demon.
Oh,
the
I just
devil.
realized there's high school girls in this scene where he's murdering all the zombies.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Or
Japan.
no, it's like look. You see that one's wearing a sailor uniform, and she like
A
has
Sailor
her.
Fuku?
Yeah,
Oh.
I guess if that's what it's called.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it looks. I don't know. I like the manga's art style more. Anyways,
Yeah.
so how do you feel about Makima? She gave Denji his second wish, which is
Uh-huh.
sliced bread with jam and butter.
Well, technically, she never gave it to him. She just talked about it.
He'll get it. He'll
Get it. He'll
Hey.
get it. Man,
Out of the two options, dying like a dog or getting a slice of bread with jam on it when you like literally only have slice of breads every day, huh? Yeah, it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. Totally not a bad deal, and total like heavy-handed in its options.
yeah. What do you think of the? I know you hate this. What do you think of the CG in the anime, specifically for when he turns into the Chainsaw Man?
It's the same problem I have with most Japanese animation is that they don't practice a lot of just 2D techniques and like maybe North American techniques like squash and stretch. Like it's very stiff. I mean, to be fair, it's come a long way, so it looks somewhat realistic.
I think,
But like it's
I've
still
definitely seen
noticeable.
worse. I've seen worse CG.
Like when he got splattered with blood,
Mm-hmm.
like when he burst out of the zombies.
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the way. It kind of looked like I don't know. He just, for me personally, I just noticed the pattern. Like, and it was stationary. It just remained like that.
I think
Oh,
it's always going to be hard when you have a character model like that
Yeah.
detailed. The studio is not necessarily a stranger to using CG.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, Zombieland Saga.
Yeah. Zombieland Saga uses CG.
Yeah, for the idol scenes.
Oh yeah, that's different. It's an idol anime. You don't
Yeah.
you don't watch it for the action.
You
They're not.
watch.
They're not. Oh well, they're not moving to such an extent where it's like. It's noticeable. Like there's no weight to it. Like,
There's definitely an improvement with
Yeah.
Zombieland Saga CG animation. I think with Mappa in general, there has been an improvement with their CG, but it's still not, let's say, the best.
a personal grudge I have is that the CG in the opening is 1,000 times better than the actual animation in the episode, but there's some
Opening-
parts where it's hard to tell if it's CG or if it's rotoscoped, like at the end.
Yeah, I think they definitely go back and forth between
Yeah.
2D, 3D to try to make it more seamless. I think, again, I've seen worse jobs. I'm not no hatred to the animation.
Yeah.
I think it's serviceable. Like it doesn't detract my enjoyment of the show personally.
Yeah, it is serviceable as
Yeah.
long as it just doesn't do a
Berserk.
2012 Berserk, or was it what
I think it's 2016.
Yeah, 2016 Berserk. I'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm very confused on how the 2016 Berserk came about, because the
Oh,
Berserk Golden Trilogy films, like, they use CG, but they didn't look that bad.
yeah, well, the smaller budget director who has no experience with the medium, not the medium, but like the format of animation.
Uh-huh.
So like I think the animator who was in charge of the 3D Berserk,
Uh-huh.
the shitty one that no one talks about,
Yeah.
came like from like one of those four
Oh,
comma
four
series.
panel
Yeah, like he came from a joke series from its slapstick, and it was
Yeah.
like this one based off tennis. Basically, that was great, but then they took him out of his element and threw him in like the deep end essentially, and say, "Okay, swim."
Seems an odd choice of director to direct one of the most, uh, darkest acclaimed mangas.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Probably budget reasons too. But I'm
Probably.
not. I don't know enough about the studio to start calling them out on
Yeah.
their stuff.
I have been watching the 1997 Berserk. I have been enjoying it so far. I've noticed their use of, what was it, like they have a still frame, then they color it in like pastel kind of chalk with like really exaggerated outlines.
Yeah,
Usually it's like this kind of shot you would see at like the end of the episode.
yeah.
They use in the middle for like wide shots with like a lot of soldiers on horses and stuff. Because if they'd animated that by hand, that would have like bankrupted the studio.
Yeah, totally.
Like the things animators hate most, from my understanding, is
Details.
crowds and horses, and like a crowd of horses. that would have driven
Well,
them insane.
I don't know about horses. I guess it's more or less things that they're not used to animating. Like humans, or anything that isn't human shaped is very.
I think it's those horses that they're so detailed and specific in their movement, it's hard to make it look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just did like one frame and then just kind of panned it across the screen. And I think, as an example of, obviously not like animation, but it was serviceable for the scene, because all we need to know is that there was a big army that was rolling out. You didn't necessarily need to see it in order to understand that.
Well, that's another thing. I prefer my CG. Like it's not there. Like it's in the background. Like
Like a sort of
can't dream-
enhancement.
No, like a series like something Bunny Girl. What was it called again? Senpai dresses
Rascal,
like a bunny.
I can't believe... Like, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that has 3D in it. But
Yeah,
you know
like
what it
the
is? It's
background
all in the
characters.
background.
Yeah.
It's all the parts that we're not focused on.
Yeah.
It's literally under
Yeah.
our noses. That's
Yeah.
where I like it. Or like if they're gonna use 3D, don't just like be lazy about it. Just go full force on it. Like you have Studio Orange that does such a great job with 3D.
They really know how to stylize their 3D.
Well, they just know how to use 3D. That's that's
like,
it.
even the way that they rendered the 3D, like, they're not necessarily trying to go for, to make it, to fool us in thinking it's 2D. There's obviously a 2D influence there, but they're sort of embracing the fact that it is 3D.
Well, yeah. Well, they do with B-Stars. I guess that would be an outlier because some scenes it looks kind of weird just because of the nature of the show and the
I was thinking more Land of the Lustrous, where they kind of took advantage of the fact that they could render like the hair and actual the light refracting and reflecting through it.
Well, I guess no. I like I said, B-Stars would have been the outlier because it's not a lot of human shapes, right? How do you make a dog talk and look like a human talking, right? It's like hard to animate, especially, right?
Yeah.
But like I don't know. What do I know about animation?
Yeah, I only took one class in high school, and I would say I was good at what they gave me, but I would never make it in the professional business.
It's fine.
But it was fun. I do want to take.
You don't want to
more
work in
classes.
Canada and get underpaid?
Oh gosh,
we get paid more than Japan, but we get still shafted. It's great. You can get someone like Seth Rogen to like make
Sausage Party
2.0, and you can.
There's
just
a
get
lot
shafted.
of studios in Vancouver that have that problem where it's just like, you work those low wages or you get blacklisted from the industry.
Yep.
Though I heard that we have been doing a somewhat better job at unionizing. A studio, an artist I follow works at, it's called Titmouse, and I didn't come up with the name. They actually managed to unionize, and they're actually getting steady work, so good for them. I'm glad that studios are unionizing. I fear what's happening in animation at the moment. A lot of animators, voice actors getting screwed over from all ends.
Yeah, I read something about that. The voice actor for Bayonetta, she
yes, Helena Taylor.
only $4,000
Yeah.
per just. Bro, that's not even a livable wage.
No, no, it's not. Like, think about how many hours she had to spend in studio potentially for a full game.
Yeah, and then you had back in Borderlands 3, the voice actor for Claptrap, he got shafted by the studio because the first 2 times he did it for free, but when he asked for money, they said no.
Yeah, oh my gosh. There's definitely we're at a turning point in animation and voice acting where a lot of systemic issues that have been building up for years are finally like they can't hide it anymore. Like everyone is like, we are not getting paid enough to live, and studios are going to have to make a decision whether they're going to listen to them,
No.
or if they're not.
No, it's gonna be great. We're gonna have voice actors like back in the first PlayStation 1 eras, like Resident Evil 1 voice acting, where it's just, oh my god.
A lot of bad stuff like that's happening. Like earlier in the year, do you know how there's going to be a Futurama remake or reboot?
But why though?
I mean,
I know why, but
Yeah.
like, I don't want it.
I don't know.
What
I
does
don't.
it
I don't.
add?
Even when Futurama comes back, I don't think it's ever bad or terrible.
But I know why it's coming back.
Yeah.
Because they want our money.
Yeah, of course. The voice
Well, that's how
actor
business is. Yeah.
for that does Bender and several other voices. Forget his name. I know him. He voices Jake the dog from Adventure Time.
His name is that?
No,
Oh. His name is No.
I'm searching it up because I'm really bad with names. I know John
John DiMaggio?
Yeah.
He also does like Peter or something from Family Guy.
No, that's Seth Rogen.
That's Seth Rogen. That's Seth Rogen!
Seth Rogen does all the voices on Family Guy. Like, I don't think his brand of humor is my brand of humor, but he is pretty good at doing voices and distinct
he
voices.
actually on
He
Family Guy?
does like Quagmire. He does Stewie. And apparently he's also like a singer as well, like a professional singer.
Wait, he's actually on Family Guy? This Seth Rogen?
So wait, Seth MacFarlane. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh my god. Sorry,
It's okay, no one likes Family
all the
Guy
Seths
anyways.
just blend in my mind. Except because I don't respect Seth MacFarlane or Seth Rogen.
Seth Farland? What?
MacFarlane.
Oh, okay.
Seth MacFarlane or Seth Rogen, that I got the two mixed up.
I mean, it's fine.
Seth
I don't even know.
MacFarlane.
I only know Seth Rogen because he has that funny laugh.
Yeah.
Like, the stoners laugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, so Futurama, there's going to be a remake, but John DiMaggio, he was the only voice actor that was holding out for more money because he felt like it's such an iconic character, which it is. It's on such a beloved IP that he wanted to sort of, increase to sort of match inflation. And Disney responded by posting an ad to replace him. And the internet got so pissed. Eventually, though, John DiMaggio, he gave in because he didn't actually think he would get the money, but he felt like his point was made. And hopefully the next time a reboot like that happens, all the voice actors sort of band together and collectively ask for a raise. But that happened, the thing with Bayonetta happened, the thing with Mob Psycho 100 happened, where...
Oh, they changed the cast for that too,
Yeah,
didn't they?
because the person who plays the main character, he's a union actor, and he knew that this production of Mob Psycho done by Crunchyroll would not be union pay, but he just asked to have a discussion, like, for future reference, like, can we just talk about the potential of, not paying us pennies? And they responded by saying the entire cast is being replaced.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the horrible stuff at Cartoon Network and HBO right now, where they just canceled a bunch of their shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. It's very sad because animation was one of the few reliable pieces of information during the pandemic, and
Animation?
yeah, because animators could work from home to make more content. That was like the only reliable new entertainment that we had during the pandemic, and they were like working like really really hard, making do with what they had at home, and uh, all the money, all the claim, all of this ad was met with, okay, we're done with you. We're gonna replace you now.
Yeah, that's really a nature of the beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get back to the main topic at hand. We just like that was the tangent and rambling.
That was the
part.
tangent. See, this is a great title.
Or an accurate title. It is.
It is very accurate.
Any whore. Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Any final thoughts on the series?
Final thoughts. It seems interesting. I hope that there's not a love triangle. Not that I hate love triangles. It's just I'm worn out from love triangles.
You don't know anything about this author, do you?
What has the author made? I don't know. Haven't read their work.
Tatsuki Fujimoto.
What else has he written?
Fire Punch.
Fire Punch.
It's the one where it's like the guy has infinite regeneration, but someone attacked him with endless burning.
Oh my god.
So he's just on fire all the time, and it's in a world where everything's slowly freezing to death. And it's like...
So does the being on fire thing help him in the freezing world?
I mean, it keeps him warm, but he also has to live through every waking moment of his life burning. Huh. And it's like, it's about depression. It's kind of like Berserk story, where it's... Life sucks.
And you try to find the
I'm literally burning to death, and you just find the will to fight on. Yeah. I wouldn't say there's hope in this world. It's really fucked up. It's like, if you thought Chainsaw Man was fucked up, no.
I mean, Chainsaw Man, it didn't seem that messed up because the opening...
it isn't, because it's the Shonen Jump.
It seemed like a standard, maybe slightly edgier Shonen, where it's sort of like,
it's edgier? No, you have to read Fire Punch now.
Okay, I mean, like, edgier in comparison to, I don't know, a good example. It was a monster hunting Shonen.
What? Interspecies reviews?
No. I would say Soul Eater, but Soul Eaters I wouldn't say is like...
No, that's edgy for 13-year-olds. Yeah. Fire Punch is like, Jesus Christ, what did I just submit my eyes to? Okay. Like, it's okay, you read Fire Punch and then you just feel sick to your gut. It's great.
Okay, so, yeah, I hope there's no love triangle shenanigans. And, I hope I see more of the dog, because, again...
Oh, don't worry.
That thing has won my heart.
Spoilers, we will rarely see the dog.
Oh, I'm very disappointed.
Well, like, we'll see the dog when he gets ripped out of Denji's chest at one point.
That seems like a big spoiler.
You don't know why he's getting ripped out, but it's fine.
I mean, the fact that he's getting ripped out and all, now I'm, like, gonna watch each episode in suspense. Like, is he gonna get ripped out to this episode this week?
There's, like, 20 books or something out, so it's like, you have a ways to go.
Okay, is this like a 12-episode season or like a 24-episode
if this is a 12-episode season and they skip, like, a couple of the arcs I enjoy, I will be very upset.
Okay.
If I see no Bomb Devil, I will riot.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess...
I hope I see a lot more interesting designs, because that devil, zombie devil, was actually really cool and grotesque.
You didn't like the tomato devil?
I mean, it was okay. Like, I'm not going to remember the tomato devil, but I will remember that zombie devil. I hope there's a lot more fun designs like that. I hope there's no love triangle shenanigans. Like, I don't need that kind of... melodrama.
You don't need other love interests. You just have Makima. You just need only Makima.
Is she just gonna be? Is only gonna be like a one, monogamous heterosexual relationship?
Relationship implies a two-way street.
Okay, or is our boy destined to be sad and alone forever?
I don't know. You just watch the fucking show. Okay. I have the books.
Okay. What do you want out of this show as someone who's read this?
Better animation.
Okay.
3D. Well, I want the fights to have more impact personally.
Okay, well, again, with the Mappa show in general, they tend to improve animation as the show goes on.
I want Attack on Titan season 1 at Mappa animation.
That wasn't Mappa. That was Wit Studio.
Oh, then why the fuck are we using Mappa?
Because
what the hell are we using?
I want to explain this to you, even though it's not important. So the first, I would say, 3 seasons of Attack on Titan were animated by Studio Wit, which was a subsidiary of another studio, which I forgot. Basically, Studio Wit. They're also the ones that did Ranking of Kings. So,
so
they're just really good.
I just. Why was it done by Mappa then? That's all
So basically, they were contracted to do the first season of Attack
I
on
understand.
Titan.
It's like kind of like how people do bidding wars on trucking
No,
for
it
a
wasn't.
larger.
It was on a bidding war. So basically,
No, it's bidding war. Whoever pays.
no, it wasn't. It was a bidding.
Less? No,
it was a bidding war. So they were contracted to do the first season, and then like sure, and then I don't say they think much of it, but they didn't expect it to blow up as much as it did because. If you remember during that time, there was like, give us season 2, give us season 2. It didn't come until like years later. Because Studio just was not necessarily anticipating this to be like this mega super hit.
Well, then they shouldn't have done such a great job. Shit.
Yeah. Okay, so then they did the second season, which came out years later. Everyone was kind of underwhelmed, but then they got back a lot of traction with like the third season. And then basically what happened was that Wit Studio was like, we love doing Attack on Titan, but we kind of want to move on to other projects. Good luck to the TV station that has the rights to this. We're going to peace out. So then they went with Mappa.
Yeah, I guess I don't like Mappa then. I guess that's basically
I liked Yuri on Ice. I liked Zombieland Saga. I like the fact that they make original series and that they do unconventional stories.
They are the few studio. Okay, I'll give them some props for that. Zombieland Saga was a ride, but it was an enjoyable run.
Yeah, they're definitely making choices that make them stand out. I just wish they had a better work ethic and treated their employees like humans.
Oh, God, such an activist we are. Jeez.
I mean, we're not really helping. We're still watching the show. We're still giving them money indirectly.
I'm going to complain about this studio and their inability to do anything by complaining about it on the internet.
You can
with
still,
every other voice.
You can still critique capitalism while living in it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get our spoons and our forks and we'll eat the rich.
Okay. In this show, maybe he can, because he's a Chainsaw Man now. Maybe his guts changed.
No. Dude, why would you eat? Alright, you're thinking about weird stuff. I think we gotta cut off here. We gotta talk about some shit. You need
what? You don't want to talk about the ethics of cannibalism?
Oh, well, I know what's happening. I know if he has or hasn't eaten anyone, and I just don't want to spoil it.
Okay. Well, this has been episode 1 of Rants, Rambles, and Tangents.
We should really call this episode 1.5. But anyways, this is episode 1.5 of Rants, Rambles, and Tangents. We haven't given our names, but we'll keep it like that.
Yeah, you can name us.
Yeah.
Yeah, come up with nicknames for us.
Oh, I'm not going to make that joke. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.